back here at the Love Zone, ladies and gentlemen. And guess who I have with me today here in the Love Zone? We got the one, the only, Mike Too Tight Downey here in South Jersey. Give it up, Mike Too Tight.
How you doing, brother?
How you doing, sir?
All right.
I'm glad to see you.
And for the record, he created that name, Too Tight. So now it's going to be a famous name.
Absolutely Too Tight. Why? Because his beats are simply too tight. Mike Downey, let me ask you this. You are an old school producer. Can you tell me your influences and how was it that you came into the realm of producing in the first place?
Okay. Well, my influences, guys like Curtis Mayfield. Behind you, you see Quincy Jones, Isaac Hayes. These guys did like movie scores as well as producing artists. If I go a little bit new school, I like Dr. Dre. I liked a lot of his production. And I'd have to say, one guy I forgot, and he's a very important producer, Kashif.
Kashif, I remember Kashif.
Yeah.
He produced Evelyn Champagne King.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people don't know he produced Whitney Houston. Her first album.
Oh, did he?
Her first hit song, You Give Good Love.
Yes. Well, you see, you always learn something new here at the Love Zone. We got it from Too Tight right here. Let me ask you this. Now, you named Isaac Hayes, Curtis Mayfield, and Quincy Jones, the dude. Now, out of the three, who do you say had the most effect on your style, on your orchestration, and perhaps on your outlook or your insight into the music?
I gotta say Quincy.
Quincy Jones.
Because I didn't even know that I was listening to half his music on television.
Yes.
And then actually did some more research on YouTube.
Yes.
He did a whole lot more stuff that, I didn't realize that was out there. And I said, wow, this was always the vein I wanted to do. I wanted to be on, with the artists, but on TV and commercials.
Right.
So I would say Quincy. I'd have to put
Well, by all means, Quincy Jones is the universal producer for all the superstars. But the other two guys are Curtis Mayfield. Curtis was the producer at one time for Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Yes.
He also was the score writer for the first Sparkle.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, it was.
Now, you know that Isaac Hayes, the monumental Isaac Hayes from Stax Records out of Memphis, was the score writer for John Shaft. Shut your mouth. That's what I say. Shut your mouth.
Yes.
But I want to give you all props, Mike, because I've known you for a few years, and the way that we came in contact together was talking about music, but also you are a highly spiritual brother. Am I correct?
Yes, yes.
Now, you are the director, I understand, of your church choir and the youth choir. All right, now, how did that come about? And with you doing the music here in the studio and also producing the music there at church?
Well, the church thing came about actually, I grew up in church.
Yes, sir.
But when I got married, my wife took me out to the church that she used to attend. Matter of fact, I said, now we're married, I want to attend we attend the church together. I said, do you know of any? She said, well, I grew up in this church. I haven't been in a long time. Now, here's the thing. When I got to the church, they had just lost their piano player. She had passed away.
Yes, sir.
Very active in the community. So one of the women in the church said they were praying for a new piano player.
Right.
And the day that I came back, they happened to have a meeting, and of course, the lady upstairs nominated me.
Up jump the answer to their prayers. The keyboard player walked in the door.
Yeah.
And you've been banging and hanging ever since.
Man, since '91, I've been out there.
Now, can you tell me now some of the people that you've worked with in reference to your production and scoring and composition? Can you give us some of the names of the people that you produced?
Okay. I worked with a gentleman out of Philly that had a company called, I'm going with the films first. Had a company called Daylight Productions.
Daylight Productions.
And I did 3 films, action dramas with him. One is Posters Up There Without a Badge, about a bounty hunter. One called Felonious, and then he did a short film about a female detective. And as far as that would go, I did a little bit more with him. I did a documentary we worked on one time, and then locally I worked with Mike Bailey just recently on
Michael Bailey.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
the film Mom Wake Up.
Yes, sir.
And which got second place in the Atlantic City Film Festival, which is a lot because this area is very guarded in this area.
Absolutely.
You know, and for him being Afro-American, first-time movie producer, to get that in there, that was good.
They just had this showing at Taj Mahal recently. Is that correct?
Yes, we attended. It was very nice.
Yes, I read the reviews of it on Channel 3 and also in the newspaper. A lot of people turned out to come and see it.
Yeah, it was pretty much a full turnout.
Yeah, we give a lot of a shout out to the brother for producing such a great film, along with Brother Derek Kason from the Atlanta City School District. Much shout out to you two brothers. Now let me ask you another thing now, Mike. Now, you were producing hip-hop artists, rap artists at one time. Are you still producing?
It has to depend on who the artist is, because I won't let anything come in here. At one time...
What do you mean?
Well, I was kind of how can I say it? I was a music mercenary in the beginning.
Oh, yes.
Like, whoever came through that had some money, I was trying to do something for, you know.
Okay.
But as I grew spiritually, it was certain things that, okay, I can't have that recorded in here because I don't reflect that spiritually. So if there's a rap artist that came through here, I would have to see what he's, really what he's saying, what he's talking about.
Okay.
So I won't say no, but I won't record anything.
Okay.
R&B artists, I like good old school love songs, or relationship songs, which his brother brings. And contemporary gospel, I mean, that speaks it in itself. I even do traditional gospel.
Right.
The company is soon to be embarking on another subsidiary name that's going to really embody what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I want to make sure that the music that I put out has an impact.
Okay.
And it says something. It's
Yes,
not
sir.
just something to make you move.
So you're saying you're trying to be more content responsible, lyrically responsible, and you definitely want to give everybody the opportunity to know that Urban Smooth is a responsible organization. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Well, I want to ask you this. Let me ask you this. What is your preference? You prefer the R&B, the gospel? Because, I done looked around your place, man. You got Parliament, Funkadelic, you got Black Ivory, you got everything. Anything that you want to hear, he got it right here in his data bank and on those vinyl LPs. Tell me, what do you prefer?
I would have to say I like R&B and soul. I shouldn't, like, somebody that would know me, who I grew up playing in church.
Yes, sir.
They, oh my goodness. But truthfully,
Don't commit sacrilege. Not in the love song. Don't commit sacrilege by saying you prefer R&B over gospel. Don't call me up about that. I didn't do that. That's Mike Too Tight.
I hate to say I don't prefer it, but sometimes I draw to it because I get to be a little bit more, into an open zone with it.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad you brought it up because watch me come out of this now. What I would like to do is take like those lyrics with content, basically God value based lyrics, and put it into that type of music. Because, in all honesty, and I grew up playing in church. Don't get me wrong, but the people that need to hear it are the ones that don't want to come into church.
Right.
So just like they sprinkle a little bit of the wild stuff and all the other music, all the bad messages, I hate to say sprinkle, but that's how they slip it into our young folks and get them hooked on it. We need to be sprinkling good stuff into the music.
Yes.
Like title of your song, Back to the Good Stuff.
Back to the good stuff. Where did I hear that from? Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, we're here in the Love Zone, and we got the one and only, the maestro himself, Mike Too Tight down. And we're going to take a short pause to the calls. And I will see you, in the words of Chuck Worldry from the Dating Game, we'll see you in 2 and 2.